It has been a minute since we've just sat down, talked about the new makeup coming out, new launches, and naturally, there's been so many. Some of it good, some of it kind of BS, some of it just like, what? And I can't wait to get into it, so let's just do it. First from Tarte, we're getting a new lip product. This is kind of a play off their Maracuja line, and this is the Maracuja Juicy Plumping Lip Oil. We should have expected it. We should have expected it, but this lip oil, I will say, is coming in a bit of a different packaging. It doesn't have that big old doe foot. It's not trying to be the Dior lip oil. It is instead a tiny little puff version of the glow wands, essentially, from Charlotte Tilbury or anything that's copied Charlotte Tilbury. Very interesting. In the photos, you can really see how this like lip oil is over this sphere and looks really goopy in a pleasant way, though. I will say, like, it's goopy in a good way, and I'm definitely interested in them. It reminds me so much of the Stila lip glosses. They were in like a twist up. I think some of them maybe had brush tips, but I also remember them having like a felted kind of angled applicator as well. Okay, I'm cutting in here, which you will see me do periodically throughout this video, but I talk about these Stila lip glosses having a similar kind of felted and angled applicator, but when I was editing, I was like, this isn't right. And so I literally texted Eshani, Total Makeup Junkie 101. If you don't know who she is, you're not subscribed to her, go subscribe to her channel. But she's been in this makeup world for forever. And I was like, what are these products that I'm thinking of? And she totally jogged my memory. And I think kind of putting a few products together, but I think it was mostly coming from these Too Faced melted lip products. Do you guys remember these? I swear when she sent me this picture, it all came rushing back to me. I was like, holy cow, how could I forget? These liquid lipsticks were like so popular, but they had that kind of felted and slanted applicator, and I can just remember like pushing product through that, and I was getting a similar vibe from the Tarte ones, so that's what I was thinking of. But Elf did have a component very similar to the Stila glosses that was see-through and also had that felted angled applicator, so I just wanted to come in here, you know, kind of share. If you're into makeup, you nerd out about it, maybe you found that interesting, or just getting your memory jogged with some of these older products. If you were here when they were popular, like everyone had those melted Too Faced lip products, I swear to you. So anyway, back to the video. And I don't know why, it just kind of reminded me of these Stila ones. Those ones were thick and sticky and they stayed on a long time, but they were pretty thick and sticky. I'm hoping this is a nice lightweight formula since it's supposed to be a lip oil. It looks super, super shiny on the lip from what I'm seeing. So I think this is a good release. I think it's smart for them to play off the Maracuja, because those Maracuja Juicy Plumping lips, the click up pens, have been very popular, and I think this has a similar function, a different formula. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not quite as thick, because I know those are so popular right now and every brand has a click up, you know, pen style like that, but I don't know, sometimes they're a little goopy on my lips, you know what I mean? And I tend to prefer something a little easier to even just apply, because once you click that up, there's no going back. So I don't know, I think this is a good launch. It'll be interesting. I think I'll probably pick one of those up. Okay, can we just talk about the ColourPop collection? I'm too excited for this. I know they are playing off my nostalgia. They are playing off of, you know, the IP, but I'm just loving it. I'm not gonna lie. ColourPop is collabing with Pokemon, and I am here for it. I love it. It's so cute. And I can't even tell you, I was gonna buy this. I was literally like gonna get Sam involved and be like, this is not gonna be Twilight 2.0, okay? We're gonna get this fucking collection. But I will say today in the mail, you're not gonna, I got it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel grateful. I feel so grateful. So I'll put some swatches of the products in here as I talk about them. But when I tell you, I'm like screaming. I was like, yes, please be Pokemon. Sam's like looking at me like, are you okay? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Pokemon. He's like, the mail guy's still out here. He is totally hearing you scream about Pokemon. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm excited. Anyway, let's break down what's in this collection, okay? All right, so this collection is launching May 9th, I believe, and I think this video is gonna go up a little bit after that. So I hope that you were in line. I hope you were ready to go, because I have a feeling this thing's gonna sell out very, very fast. In it, there is one large palette. It kind of reminds me of the other rainbow palette that they have. I don't know. I think this is fun. There's lots of fun colors in here. I think it would have been cool to have little quads maybe, you know what I mean? Like each Pokemon, pick a couple different color themes and have Pokemon quads, but they did a big palette. That one's like, okay. They did 3 different Super Shocks. There's a Squirtle, I think a Bulbasaur, and a Charmander, which I think is so cute because those are the Pokemon you can pick besides obviously Pikachu. And then there are cream blushes. There's a Pikachu one. It looks like a Clefairy, and then is that Gengar? I think that's who that is. And there's like a bright red blush, a pink one, and a purple one, which I think think are really fun. There's a lip mask, and they always do something really fun with the lip masks, and this one is in a Pokeball, which I think is adorable. It's so freaking cute. There are 3 glosses. I believe these come in a set, and these are all the different evolutions of Eevee, which I think is so cute. And then last, and the thing I'm most excited about from the collection, these are some twist up jelly lip balms, and they have sparkle or like almost glitter type flecks in them. They look so pretty. I'm very, very excited, and I believe they're kind of like that pH changing. So think of those lip balms that have like the flowers in them. I feel like this is kind of that style. So I'm very excited. I have not even tried this yet. I literally just got it. So I'm very excited to try some of this stuff. I mean, really, like I said, so much of my excitement is for just it being Pokemon themed, which, you know, depending on what you're trying to do, sometimes it's just fun, sometimes makeup is merch, sometimes it's what you want to do. But I will say, if you're like, no, I don't want to buy stuff just because it's nostalgic or just because it's collabing with IP, I will say, think about that with this collection, because they're trying to get you. They really are trying to get you, and I get it. I look at this stuff and I'm so excited, but I think it's also good to like look at it and think about like, what would you actually use? And to me, I'm most excited for those lip balms. I think they're going to be really fun. I think they're going to be so pretty. I'm excited for even the lip mask, but you know, how much are you going to use this stuff? Definitely keep it in mind just for yourself so you can feel happy with your purchase also like later down the line. You know what I mean? But I'm excited for it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's that part of me, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the Twilight part, and I will say we've been seeing a little bit less from ColourPop, or at least I feel like we have. But at the same time, I do think the collabs that are happening are just a little bit better. Like, I think the Twilight one was so smart. I think this Pokemon one is so smart, and I just think there have been some good collabs this year, even if we're not getting a ton of stuff. But ColourPop has done some other products too, or come out with some other things. Oh my gosh, gross. I had nasty lips, and I apologize. I'm really sorry. It was the Charlotte Tilbury lip product that I'm re-putting on. I want it to happen again. This plumps in the weirdest way, I have to say. It like is a minty tingling feeling, but then it's kind of like pepper, but it's mostly around the perimeter of my mouth and like the inside ring, which then kind of translates to the tongue, but it's not actually like making my lips feel full like some lip plumpers. I don't know, it's kind of bizarre. Okay, anyway, back to ColourPop. They had their 10th anniversary recently, and they came out with like a whole collection for it. They always come out with a Super Shock, and this year for the 10, it was like this really pretty chrome silver kind of color. And it's so crazy to think about ColourPop having 10 years. It seems like so long, and it also is just like, dang, they've only been around 10 years. Like, so much of the makeup world has changed in 10 years. I remember ordering ColourPop Super Shocks back in the day. It was all they freaking had, $5 eyeshadows, and I was ordering them when I lived in Arizona, and it's just so crazy to think of how it's gone. But anyway, along with that Super Shock, they have the metals collection, precious metals collection. So there is one of the bigger, larger palettes that they do, and I will say it's a pretty palette. I love a neutral. We got some yellow golds, coppery oranges, rose gold, some neutral cool tones, some smoky colors. I think it's really pretty. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of shadow for me. Those big palettes, I love the idea of them, but I'm just so drawn to like a single shadow. I'm drawn to a smaller palette. I just know how I use my eyeshadow, so this one's just like a mega palette to me. Like, it is a mega palette, but it's like a mega palette to me. And then with this, there also were some of the Jelly Much shadows, I believe they are. 6 different colors, all of them neutral, but like high shine metallic. And I thought that was a good collection. I mean, I love neutrals. You guys know that. So, you know, I do. It's so funny how the times change, you know what I mean? Like, before I want all the colorful, all the neutrals so boring. Now every neutral's different, you know? With ColourPop, they also did a Beauty and the Beast collaboration, and this was one I just really wasn't personally feeling. Like, I mean, it's fine enough, and if Beauty and the Beast is like your thing, I get that you might be as excited for it as I am for the Pokemon, you know what I mean? So I get it, but I don't personally get it. Like, I think I could have skipped on it. I think the rose lip mask is super cute though. I think the impressions of the rose and the blushes is cute. The palette, I feel like makes sense. Even the Super Shock kind of like highlighter big pan that they have, I feel like that is very pretty as well. So I don't know, it's fine, but definitely wasn't getting me like this like the stupid Pokemon. I hate to say stupid because it's so cute, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, the kid part of me is so excited, but I also know that is the main factor. Like, the makeup is secondary to like Ditto's packaging, you know? I wish we could move off ColourPop. I said they weren't releasing as much, but here I am talking about another ColourPop product. These are the highlighters. They came out with these liquid light glow drops, and these are really pretty. They sent these to me as well, and I will say these reminded me of the Cover FX liquid drops. You guys remember those glitter liquid drops from Cover FX? We were dousing ourselves in these highlighters. We loved this shit. It's so funny. But these are intense is what I'm trying to say. They're very, very sparkly, shimmery. You know what I mean? Like they're not giving a solid metallic shine. They are giving a sparkly shine, and they are beautiful. I do like them, but you need the tiniest amount. When I tell you, I like can touch the side of the dropper, and that's enough for like basically both of my cheeks. It's just a lot of product. I think something, depending on the intensity you want, but I do think it's something that maybe you go really light-handed on and go from there. It looks great on. I just don't know if it's the product for everyone, one, but also if it is also the style of product, because I love highlighter, but something in a liquid form like this is just a different application process. It's a different like just thought process on how you're gonna use it, and sometimes that can just be a little annoying. I will say that, but pretty products, I will say. Very, very pretty. Okay, naturally in the time that it's been since I filmed the video, I'm editing the video, new stuff has dropped, of course, and it's some big stuff that I feel like we gotta talk about. Like, we gotta talk about it. So, Tower 28 and Ouai are collabing together. I swear, Ouai collabs with everyone. They're always doing these little like side collabs, and I love it, but they're collabing on a lip gloss in the scent St. Barts. Are you kidding me? I am so freaking excited for this. I mentioned that I got tagged so much in the Ouai body spray that came out in St. Barts, which I freaking love, but I got way more tags in this one, okay? I got so many tags for this freaking lip gloss, and I will be purchasing it. I am so excited for it. And if you don't know, I have a history with the Tower 28 lip glosses specifically. To me, unfortunately, I want to love them so much, but they taste like blood. It's like blood to me. They taste like iron or like mineral, like they taste not my favorite, okay? Let's just say that. So the fact that this one is St. Barts, which if you don't know is an amazing scent from Ouai, it's a very tropical scent, it's so good. I have no idea how that's going to translate into a lip gloss, but I am very excited about it, and I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, no blood taste, you know what I mean? Maybe this is like literally the perfect gloss. It's literally just a clear, shiny lip gloss, and I'm so excited for it. So I can't wait to try that. Fingers crossed, no blood, only Ouai St. Barts. Like, are you kidding me? A perfect collab that feels targeted for me. Like, so targeted. I would have been fine with just the spray, but we didn't just get that. We got a lip gloss too. The other absolutely huge news, and I don't know if this is a leak or not, I don't really know, but from Natasha Denona, we're getting a new palette, and this one has me so excited. This is gonna be the Golden collection. It looks to be 3 products. So there's a highlighter palette, very excited to try that. There's a Golden Glimmer gloss, also excited to try that. And then the most exciting thing, the biggest thing, you know, the big piece, is a new palette, and this one is the Golden palette. I mean, it's neutral, it's golden, but it doesn't look too yellow, which I'm actually excited about. I don't know, I'm super excited for this. I love the I Need a Nude, and this feels like the warmer summer version of that. Literally looks so stunning. It really looks so pretty. I feel like it's going to be a great compliment also to the bronze palette that's come out, and I can't wait to compare them. So I will for sure be doing this, and I'll probably even do a really big dedicated video, kind of like I did with the I Need a Nude palette, just so you guys can really see comparisons and we can get into it and all that. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do. We have no real information on like when this is coming out or what's going on with it, but I am very, very excited for this. I can picture all of these simple 1 shadow, 2 shadow looks from this. You guys know that's like my favorite, so I am so pumped. This palette has me excited, and I feel like it's a little bit more rare for me to be truly excited about palettes lately. So this one, yeah, I'm gonna definitely get. Definitely want to get that one. It's very gold, very monochromatic, but I feel like with the Natasha Denona monochromatic palettes, like even the bronze, a lot of those tones are very similar. So I'm excited to see what it's actually like in person once it comes out, whenever that is. While I'm here talking about some of that new stuff that's come out, I also just want to note liquid bronzers really are having their moment. It is so many. Not only just the glowy bronzing drops, I feel like the e.l.f. ones come out. I don't even know if I mentioned that later in the video. I do talk about like the luminizing drops and how they're just, it's never ending. But these seem a little bit more promising, but they're still in that same realm. Like the same types of products keep releasing from brands at the same time. But we have a liquid bronzer coming from Say. This is the Dew Bronze Soft Focus Effortless Liquid Bronzer. It's gonna be $25. I always forget how affordable Say is. Like they are a more affordable brand. So that one seems interesting. It's in the same kind of component as their Dew blushes, which I really like. They have like a doe foot on them. So I will say sometimes liquid bronzers and just even liquid blushes, things like that can be a pain to apply. But when they have a doe foot, it makes it a lot easier, even if it's a little bit more unsanitary. Then there's this one from Makeup by Mario, which is super interesting because it's a pump and a doe foot. So you could like do it either way. It's the Soft Sculpt Multi-Use Bronzing and Shaping Serum. We're still seeing that trend of makeup and skincare coming together as one, and this seems really interesting. Again, it has the pump if you want to use it that way, but it also has the doe foot. It's very interesting. Definitely, you know, I like to see the innovation in that packaging at least. I think that's really cool. And then last here, there are some liquid bronzer drops from Cali Ray coming out. I think it's just one color. They're calling it universal, so I guess you could use it as a bronzer, some type of serum, something glowy. This is just that same thing. It's those bronzing drops, and like I want to be on board and I like the idea of them, but I don't know how they work with other makeup. It feels like the step you do, the only step you do for it to work in my brain. Like, I don't know, how do you use these drops? Let me know. But I really want to just come in here and at least mention, I mean, come on, the Ouai gloss and the Natasha Denona palette. So excited for those. And you might see my face pop in for another thing here or there, but you know, I figured if I released this while these were out, you guys would be like, what are your thoughts? So I was like, let's get them in here. Let's get them in here now. From One Size, there are some new setting powders. These are the Ultimate Blurring setting powders from them. I've never tried the One Size setting powder, but it reminds me, or it makes me think of something very similar to the Huda one, which I do have and I do really like, where it's really there to like set, and I feel like it's gonna keep you matte. Like if I think of the One Size line, I think this is probably going to be very good for shine control. The new colors are Ultra Peach for very fair to medium skin tones, Marigold for dark to very deep skin tones, and then Rich Peach for medium dark to deep skin tones. So I think those are some nice additions to the line. And let me know if you've tried that powder. Do you really like it? Because I am an oily girl and potentially I would be interested, especially just for my T-zone. Me and powder, it's just like a tug of war of love and hate. Of love and hate. On camera, it looks so much better. It looks nice and smooth. In real life, I like the look of just like skin if I can get away with it, you know what I mean? Because it just, you can't lie. Again, on camera, I'm telling you, it looks so much better. It looks so smooth and so pore filling. You don't see that texture, you don't see that shine. But in real life, I feel like you can definitely see that. And I know, just, I'm going off a little here, so I'm sorry, but I just think especially if you watch a lot of short content that it can be really, I don't want to say deceiving, because powder does it, but I just think that, you know, IRL and online are two different things. They're two different things. Okay, this one, maybe I'm just old and I'm a grumpy girl. No, but this is part of the thing where I'm like, the BS. I'm sorry, No Step Beauty. I think that I'm excited to see more from this brand. I really don't know this brand, so I think it's fun. It's a fun product, and maybe it's just not for me. But this is a tasty bubblegum flavored love and colored balm to oil that leaves the lips soft and juicy, packed with avocado oil, blah, 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 blah. It is $19 and the keychain pouch is $10 for this if you want the keychain pouch, I guess. And it's like a little flip phone essentially that houses the lip balm, and then, you know, the screen of the phone would be the mirror, and you can put it on with like this little spatula. I'm just like, no, it's the Fenty Clip lip balm thing all over again, and I get as an accessory, I guess, and it does have this nostalgia to it in and of itself. You know, there's something to it, I get it. And even the name of the brand, No Step Beauty, which I kind of want to look up because I'm like, maybe they have some other stuff, and I hate to be like, this is stupid, because it's fun, it's innovative, it's different, you know, it's doing something fun, but I just think of actually using the product, and that's where I'm like, it's just, I don't know. I think I'm maybe just too old. Maybe I'm just too old. I think that's what it is. On the website, they have like an eyeshadow palette that looks like a CD. They have like a brush set. They have a face palette that looks like a cassette tape. So they're definitely going with that like nostalgia vibe and theming for like the whole brand, it seems. Yeah, when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, for $19, there's just no, it would make good short content. That's what I gotta say as a content creator myself. But as a product, I don't know. I don't want to use it. I just don't want to dip my fingers into it. It's just not for me. It's not for me. Continuing on, there's some new stuff from NARS. It looks like 2 different face palettes are coming out. This is very NARS, okay? This is what NARS does. And I will say, I think NARS is great for like some nice basics, as in they come out with staple colors, they come out with staple products. What I'm excited about in this launch, hello, the eyeshadow sticks. I love eyeshadow sticks. They have 8 different colors. They're supposed to stay in place for 16 hours. Okay, I was looking at swatches right now and I was like, wait, these all look matte. I think there are a couple. No, they're all matte. Well, that took the wind out of my sails, didn't it? Didn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong, a matte one can be nice. Maybe the Don't Touch, it's a matte milk tea brown. That one looks pretty, just to add a little bit of something on the lids when you don't want to do anything. But I love shadow sticks. I really wish they came out with some shimmers. They should have done like 16, 8 shimmer, 8 matte. Come on, NARS. I know you want to name one of those shadow sticks Orgasm. Come on, just come out with it already. All right, well, I was really excited for that and it just slowly died there, didn't it? You just watched the light come out of my eyes. Okay, continuing on. There's a lot of stuff from Benefit. There's the Do La La. Do La La. Okay. This is a liquid glow. Of course it is. Of course it is. You know, we're seeing a lot of these glow products, these liquid glow products, and I do like highlighter. You guys know that, but the liquid highlighter, I just don't love it as much as I would like a more cream that, you know, you could either just pat on with your hands or use a brush, or powder highlighter. These liquid ones, I feel like you can kind of do an all over face thing. You can do just in certain areas, and I get the girls love it, but I'm oily. It's just not usually the highlighter for me. And to be honest, like I'm just at the point where these all over liquid glow, maybe they're tinted, maybe they're not, like there's so many of them. I don't know. I'm ready for the next phase. The next phase, I'd rather just a bunch of lip balms even. Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of a little over those products, and we're seeing a lot of them. I'm probably going to talk about a couple more, to be honest. The other products from Benefit, these are the Plush Tint and Splash Tint. So the Plush Tint is a moisturizing matte lip tint, and then the Splash Tint, I know, stay with me, moisturizing dewy lip tint. That one is not matte, it's dewy. Okay, so that's the difference between them. And to be honest, these look like K-beauty lip products. Like they literally were just like, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. The packaging is very interesting and different, I guess. Even the color selection very much reminds me of different K-beauty lip products, which if you haven't seen my video talking about a ton of K-beauty, there's some C-beauty in there, lip products, I definitely suggest it if you want, because they can be a very affordable lip product route for amazing formulas. And I feel like a lot of the formulas we're seeing from bigger brands right now, I mean, they're like duping those. So I would definitely check that out. I'll leave the video down below. But I thought that was kind of an interesting launch. I don't know, but kind of like, okay. And then they also came out with some new colors of the Bad Gal Bang mascara. I thought this one was really great because they're known for their mascaras. They have quite a few different ones, and I feel like people have like their favorite one. I think it was really smart to come out with a brown because brown mascara has been so popular, but there's also that kind of cobalt blue that we see, the blue you always see in a mascara, and then also a color called Wild Plum, which is kind of a burgundy plummy kind of color. And those can like enhance your eye color and kind of play with that. And yeah, I think that was one of the best ones. I know it seems kind of like boring in a way, like, oh, okay, it's just like new colors of mascara, but I think the brown mascara specifically was probably a really good launch for them. Okay, a launch that almost got me, but I ended up not picking anything up, and you'll have to let me know if you picked up anything from this, if it's worth it, if you feel like the color's different enough. But there's some new stuff from Dior, and they're really just expanding some colors from existing products in their line, if that makes sense. So this is the Pink Lilac color, and it is coming in the lip oil. It is coming in the Rosy Glow blush. It's coming in the lip glow, and it's also coming in the Plumping gloss. Oh my gosh. And it's a really pretty color. I think there also was a coral color that launched with this. I don't think it's just Pink Lilac, but I think this is a very trendy color. I just don't know how different it actually is from their other Rosy Glow, like the pink. I know this is purple, but you know, how different are these actually gonna look? I'm not really sure on the lips. So if you know, let me know if you feel like, no, this color really is it. If you feel like the blushes are really great. I've never gotten on with the blushes in this collection. I just feel like they're so hard pressed. They're hard for me to get product onto my cheeks. I just, you know, I wanna love them. I want to, I've tried and it's really tough. So I decided to be like, no, girl, let them be at Sephora, okay? To come into your collection. I feel like with Kaja, they have been releasing so much lately, or at least this year. I feel like there's been a lot of releases and they have these new semi-matte blurring lip. I think these are really cute looking. I kind of like the fact that they're matte. I don't know. I think it's kind of a different take, but they seem like they'll still be kind of moisturizing and not like completely drying since they're semi-matte, you know, and kind of lightweight on the lips still. So I think that is kind of fun. I don't know. I'm kind of into that one. So that might be something I pick up. Let me know if you guys are interested in those. I just feel like in a world of lip balms and liquid lip balms, like just lip oils and lip products in general, those kind of stood out to me. Another thing that was kind of exciting to me from Milani, there's a new lip oil in the shade Luminoso. The picture here that I have, it doesn't look super luminoso. I'm thinking maybe that's the lighting. But if you haven't tried these Fruit Fetish lip oils from Milani, again, if you're trying to save a little money, you don't want to buy something super expensive, I will say out of all the drugstore lip products I've tried, these are some of my favorites. I think these are so good. And then there's also a Cheek Kiss blush stick. That also kind of caught my eye. I kind of wonder what it is. So if I saw that, I would definitely take a look and see in person. But I feel like in general, there's been some good drugstore releases, specifically NYX as well. These things sold out on the NYX website, I feel like in a second, in 2 seconds flat. These are the Buttermelt Blushes, high pigment, buttery soft powder blushes. And I think these are just so fun. I feel like NYX is really having a moment with these, and even the bronzer. I've enjoyed the bronzer okay, but these blushes, I do want to try them, I think. They came to Ulta. I think a few shades are sold out, maybe more are sold out even now, because I'm telling you, I felt like people were excited for these. People were frothing at the mouth for these. Something about the packaging and the fact that the color of the packaging matches as well, on top of just, they have a little bit of sheen to them. I don't know. There's just something about them that feels fun and different. And it's so interesting, these tiny little things, right? That can make a product seem fresh or exciting, even though we're all like, oh, we've seen blushes a million times. You know what I mean? But I kind of love the trend of these shimmery blushes. I really honestly want Benefit to relaunch Rockateur. Please, please. I love that blush and I kind of wish I could have it back. Man, I am so chatty today. Okay, let's take a little bit of a fragrance break in the middle here because there are so many new fragrances. If you guys don't know, I have a fragrance channel, a whole channel dedicated to fragrance. So definitely go over there. I talked about some of these, but I thought we could talk about a few together and, you know, see what they're about. Some haven't launched yet and I'm just excited. So these from Sol de Janeiro, there's going to be a new set of body mist coming out and they do this every summer, or at least have the last like 3-ish years. I'm going to be getting every single one of these. I just am excited for them and I get them every year and they do sell out usually. So if you are excited for these, I'm just letting you know yourself, know what you actually want to buy. But if these are on your list, I'm just saying it's a sooner rather than later kind of purchase, okay? Because they will sell out. Anyway, there's 3 different ones: Summer y Amor, Beos del Sol, and Caroca Crush. Okay, hopefully I said those semi okay. But I think the one that's going to be my favorite might be the warm floral, that Summer y Amor, or I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to judge them too harshly because, to be honest, I just love vanilla so much. So I'm excited for those for sure for summer. And there have just been so many fun summer launches. Oh my gosh, the amount of times I got tagged for the Ouai body mist, so much. This is the St. Bart's body mist. It's so good, guys, okay? I have it. I love it. It smells so good. It smells just like the scrub, just like the body lotion, just like the body wash. If you want an elevated yet still kind of sweet, fruity tropical scent, this is so freaking good. I really, really love it. I am so happy they finally came out with that in the body mist. I've been waiting on it, seriously waiting on it. Another really exciting perfume launch is with Sniff. This is Cocoa Shimmy, and I am an affiliate with Sniff, so I have a code if you guys are ever shopping. It can save you some money. It is affiliated, and Cocoa Shimmy had me so excited because it has coconut milk, coconut water, pineapple, sandalwood, tonka bean, rum absolute, vanilla absolute. I mean, it sounds like a pina colada dream. It really does. So I just got it today. I will say I am excited for it. I really am. I can smell that coconut, the pineapple. I get a little bit of that rum though still, so it smells like a pina colada drink. And there's almost something a little powdery going on, maybe the tonka coming through. So I still need to test it. But I am very excited. It's reminding me of Miami Nectar from Ellis Brooklyn, just a little. More updates to come on my other channel, so definitely if you're into fragrances at all, I would check out over there. Okay, and how could we forget with perfume launches, these Charlotte Tilbury fragrances? Okay, I have a video on these. I think it should be up by the time this video goes up, so definitely go check that out if you're interested in kind of knowing what each of these smell like to me and all of that. But I just have to say, more like comments on like the introduction of this launch, I guess, and like the theming of this launch. So a big part of this was like picking your mood to match your emotions or to change your emotions. And she even called it the first ever fragrance collection of emotions by Charlotte Tilbury. Like, there was a lot going on. These are supposed to boost your chosen mood and architect your dream day. Okay, I'm telling you, the copy, like the actual writing for all this, the amount of capital words, the amount of just like exaggeration and just like, it's just a lot. I just have to tell you, it is a lot. These fragrances are your 6 invisible superpowers, okay? They're portals to emotions and other worlds. Building them up, building these fragrances up. And I just got to say, I don't know. I don't know if it does all of that, but there's love frequency as an emotion. There's more sex as an emotion. Joyphoria. Okay, I can get down with joyphoria as an emotion. Magic energy, calm bliss, and cosmic power. These are supposed to enhance feelings of empowerment, enhance feelings of energy. And there's a part of me that's like, oh, of course Charlotte Tilbury is coming out with fragrances because fragrance is so popular right now. And to be honest, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that from a lot of different brands, maybe brands you wouldn't quite expect it. But as much as I kind of felt like that too, I will say she had a perfume before this. So, you know, it kind of falls in line. As much as the theme feels like a bit of a reach at places, I think the bottle fits the theme, okay? I think the bottles are cute. I've heard a little bit, I've seen a little bit, but I'm just saying, I think they're not nearly as bad. And I'm telling you, I have one right here, and I don't know. I don't think it's like that ugly, okay? I don't know, making me question my taste. Okay, that concludes our fragrance break. Continuing on. This was kind of a fun, almost nostalgic launch, I felt like, from Melt Cosmetics. This is the Smoke Sessions 2, so it's off of the first Smoke Sessions, and this one is a purple palette. And this, just looking at it, felt like old school beauty community, beauty YouTube, beauty launches. This would be something that everyone would have a video on, and I'd watch all of them, and like, I don't know, that was just the feelings that came rushing back seeing this palette. I think I had the Smoke Sessions. Wow, that feels like forever ago. I think I did have that Smoke Sessions palette, the first one. And yeah, I love that chartreusey, like neon-y yellow green liner. That looks really pretty. You know, the palette's pretty monochromatic overall. And I mean, more than ever, not the palette for me in terms of eyeshadow, but I can't lie. When I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is what the launches used to be like all the time. Okay, continuing on with some drugstore stuff though. These are the True Match Lumi Les Liquid Blushes, and these reminded me so much of the Dior ones that just came out. Like the color selection, the kind of style of them, they seem so reminiscent, but at a drugstore price. So maybe a potential dupe there. Obviously haven't tried that formula, but I am wearing the Dior as a liquid blush glowy thing today, and I do think it's very pretty for a more subtle but beautiful blush look. So I don't know, I thought that looked promising for that specific dupe I thought it could be. Another kind of drugstore dupe here from Makeup Revolution. These are the Bright Light Blush Drops, and it's kind of exactly what I've been saying, where it's like they're glowy, they're bronzy, they're blushy, they're highlighters. You can use them on the cheek, you can use them all over the face, you can mix them with another thing. Like, I don't know. How are you using this? Who's using all of these? I just don't feel like they're a part of my routine, but I guess they're supposed to be off of the Drunk Elephant. I know the bronze drops, the blush drops, the goldy highlighter drops, I think those are all very popular. So I guess that's who's using them. Everyone who likes the Drunk Elephant ones, but I just barely am gonna start trying those. So maybe I just don't get it. I don't know. A few more drugstore things though. Another one from L'Oreal. These I kind of wanted to try because they're highlighters and they just reminded me of like all the highlighters at the drugstore. I'm telling you, there's so much nostalgia. I think things are finally getting to the point of like coming back around. The cycle, I feel like, of things is smaller than ever, but we're finally getting there where I'm like, dang, some of this stuff that I was like so glad to leave in the past, I know it's around the corner. I know we're about to have block brows be the thing. I know it. Anyway, there's 2 highlighters that are coming out and they look really pretty. I don't know. I haven't bought them, but I'm not gonna lie, caught my attention for sure. Very, very pretty. And there's another sneak of highlighters. I'm telling you, the highlighters are coming back. We're gonna start seeing the iridescent stuff, I think, coming back, maybe on the face. That's what I'm thinking. Like, it's coming back around, but it will be slightly different. It will be slightly tweaked, so it'll be interesting to see how it is. But these are from Profusion, and we don't have anything other than this blurry photo, so I'm sorry, but I do, you know, I can spy that they're a little baked looking. They're looking a little raised. They're looking baked, and that has me so excited. So I might keep my eye on that launch as well. And just in general, I am happy to see so many highlighters coming out. I do love a little highlighter. I go a little lighter, I'm not gonna lie, nowadays than I used to, or even did a year ago, but I do love a little shimmer. I do. I need a little shimmer in my life. Okay, now let's kind of do a break for lip products because naturally there's so many of them. Ooh, these lip products from YSL look so nice. I swatched these yesterday in Sephora and they looked so good. So these are the Candy Glow Tinted Butter Balms and there are 6 different colors. They looked so pretty, and when I swatched them, they almost looked like they had a shimmer in them, but I don't think that they do. Just the shine on them was really, really beautiful. So I don't think they have shimmer in them, do they? I don't know. I'm questioning. Maybe they do, but it was so beautiful. It was a good shimmer if it is, but it's kind of hard to tell. I can't tell if it's just glossy, and I think that's kind of the best shimmer, right? Something that doesn't necessarily look metallic unless you really want a metallic look, but a shimmer that adds to that glossy wet effect. So I am very excited. I want to try those ones. Yeah, those are definitely on my list. After swatching, I was like, okay, I want to try those. From Tower 28, they celebrated a birthday. I think they're 5 years old now. I'm pretty sure it's their 5th birthday, but for that, they came out with a new color of their lippies, softy lippies, lip softies. Anyway, this one's Confetti Cake, and it had me so excited. And you guys know I don't even like this formula, and I was excited for it. It does smell nice, like kind of a vanilla cake, but if you don't like this formula, obviously it's not, you know, worth it. This lip balm formula to me is just a little bit thin and I don't particularly love it. And also the applicator, you know, it's workable. It's not the worst thing in the world, and it is at a lower price point than some of the others, but I do prefer that kind of slanted tip. So cute. An example to me that the marketing is working, you know what I'm saying? But not necessarily a lip formula I love. Some more from Laneige. This is another one that I was shocked to see that they're coming out with more of the lip glowy balms. So 2 new flavors. There's blueberry and mango, and they just came out with vanilla and sweet candy, I think it was. Like literally it feels like only months ago. So it's a very fast drop, kind of like the Gisou ones, where it's just like, I don't feel like we've had time to like digest and recover from the initial ones or the other ones you just came out with, and they're already coming out with 2 new ones. So I'm not gonna lie, do I want to try them? Yes. I really like this lip balm formula. It is glowy, it feels pretty lightweight on the lips, and I would say is a little bit of a thinner one compared to some of the other ones I like the Ole Henriksen ones, but not in a bad way, not in a greasy way. I still really like them. They still feel plush. So as much as I am excited for them, I do feel like it coming so back to back, it, you know, it kind of dampened the excitement I could have maybe felt for those new flavors. Bioma is entering the lip oil game. They're coming out with 3 new products or formulas. So there's a lip oil, the Lip Tide pH lip oil. So that one is going to have some color to it. And then also the lip mask. And I am also kind of interested in those. I mean, in this video alone, I'm talking about so many new lip oils and lip balms, but I'm not going to lie, it is a product and category I do personally enjoy and like. So I'm glad that it's this, because back in the day it was liquid lipsticks. This is what was happening with liquid lipsticks everywhere, okay? And I was just over here like, can't do it. My lips cannot, they refuse. They will not do the liquid lipstick. So I'm glad that for all the new lip products coming out, I feel like I can participate naturally and excitedly, enthusiastically. There are some new tinted lip balms from Jones Road. There's a lot of different colors and they're in that kind of classic chapstick look, which I think is kind of fun. Very Jones Road, I feel like. It's kind of basic, but in a clean, minimal way. And I think it makes sense for the type of products that they do as well. So I did get these sent in PR and I'm excited to keep keep playing around with them. And it was a launch I was also kind of looking at because I kind of like that it's no fuss. And a lot of the time for lip products, I will do my lip product right when I'm like leaving the house to finish my makeup look, but I'm not always the best at touching up. You know, I like a simple touch up, and I feel like these seem like that. A squeezy tube lip balm that I wasn't going to get. Oh my gosh, I know. I can't believe it exists. But from Glossier, they came out with this strawberry balm.com, and I believe this is supposed to be in the old formula. Like they're going back, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, leaves lips smooth and hydrated with the original formula. It's limited edition, but I find it very interesting that like their formula they change it to, they keep having to come out with these limited edition old formulas because people do not like the new one as much as the old one, and I just find that very interesting. But I'm not a big fan of the new one, the old one, the Glossier formula really in general. I'm really not. So I was like, this is one I maybe don't need to get. I'm gonna let it pass, you know? I think the tint on it looks really nice. It's very subtle, which I like, but it adds that little bit of color. And I love that it's a strawberry. We had Strawberry Girl last year, so it still feels like it's on that trend, but it was one that I was like, nope, not gonna get, and I feel proud of that. Ooh, these look good. Another win for NYX, I think, but the Butter Glosses Bling. I think this is a fun take on the Butter Glosses. They are a great lip gloss formula, and adding that shimmer, these seem like they could be a dupe for my favorite Patrick Ta. You guys know I love the Patrick Ta Major Glow Lip Shines. I don't know what they're called, but it's the She's Expensive shade. I really love it. I'm scared that it's gonna get discontinued for some reason. Doesn't make any sense why it would, but I don't know. I just have a tingling feeling about it, okay? And these seem like they could be like a dupe or a similar product, and I already know I like the Butter Gloss formula from NYX, so definitely on my radar. I haven't picked them up yet, but if you've tried them, let me know. This feels like a good launch. I feel like the Buttermelt Blushes have been a good launch, at least look like a win. Hopefully they are, but they look like it. The last couple of lip products here, the Inky List has decided to jump on board, okay? They were like, we are gonna launch some lip balms too, which I think makes sense. The lip balm is that perfect between skincare and makeup, you know what I mean? It's that linking piece. And there's a clear shade plus 3 tinted shades, and they look nice. I haven't tried those, but definitely something that caught my eye. I love trying new little tinted lip balms overall. I really do. And last, this one's getting kind of old, so it's not new by any means, but it's definitely a launch I'm looking at, and it's reminding me of a new one too we need to talk about. But these are from Lisa Eldridge, and she came out with some lip liners, and I definitely want to try them. Like they look like they're going to be one of my perfect formulas because they're in the wooden pencil. They're sharpenable, and that wooden pencil formula, I'm pretty sure this is going to be like that powdery, not that like really creamy lockdown. You know what I mean? So I really want to try those. Let me know if they're what I'm saying or not, if you've tried them. But the new ones from Kosas, guys, I don't know. They're a pass for me. I did buy one. I always try to give Kosas a chance, but man, so much is a no for me. And these, they're the kind of really glidey ones, which I know some people love, but they lock down and they're twist up. And I just am like, yeah, it's just like, if it's in a twist up, I'm probably not going to like it. The formulas that are in twist ups, I tend to not jive with as much. And I also just felt like it was hard to kind of line my lips because the plastic was in the way. Like I don't know. And it almost felt tacky, like around my lip line. Like it didn't quite dry down all the way. So it felt like a liquid lipstick you've been wearing a long time. And it's starting to get tacky and just weird and like paint peeling up, you know? I mean, I know that's a lot to say about a lip liner, but that was initial first impressions. Not good. That's not good. And I hope you guys are still here hanging out with me. I really do have more I still want to talk about, so I'm gonna keep going. I know you guys say you like long videos, but I'm really making you prove it right now. Next, we're talking about some new eyeshadow stuff. So Oden's Eye did come out with some single shadows, 42 new shades. I did a brief swatch, a little bit of a swatch, and I also posted a short, which I thought was so pretty. I'll probably just put it in here. But just swatching a few of them. I haven't played around with all of them, but I did think some of the shades were really pretty, and it kind of inspired me to go through my singles collection and kind of, you know, get rid of some stuff, a new era. So if you haven't seen that Makeup Declutter, I will leave that down below, or definitely check it out. It also, again, has some of the swatches of these shadows, and I am affiliated with Oden's Eye, so you can always use my code over there to save some money. And then they also did release some matte shades in these singles, which they didn't have matte shades before. So very fun, but also just a lot. Like it was a lot of shades. Another really fun release, and what I'm wearing on my eyes today, if you were wondering, is the new palette from Sigma. This is the Cool Neutrals palette, and I think this thing is beautiful, okay? I think this is stunning. If you love neutrals, this one's stunning. I love how this was made because it has one matte for every shimmer. shimmer. So you can just pair one shimmer with the matte, like they're already paired up that way, or you can kind of mix and match. But I do my eyeshadow looks kind of like that if I use a matte, but you know, I like just having a nice little pairing, and I use the third pair in, if that makes sense. So kind of the bronze, and in the photo I'm going to be showing you, it looks so much warmer than what it is. Like, I don't think that this eyeshadow looks like that color, at least not to me. Like, I think this looks a little bit more cool tone than what that's giving, but I have heard people be like upset that this is called the Cool Neutrals palette, and I get it. There are some warmer shades in here, but overall there are a lot of cool tones, and I think maybe it should have just been named something a little bit different, with the intention being having more of those cool neutrals in here than maybe a warm toned overall themed palette. But it's stunning, you guys, and I've been really happy with it so far. I feel like these Sigma eyeshadows, I always liked them fine enough, but again, I was into so much color. I wanted really bright stuff. I wanted different color stories, and now that I'm into neutrals, I'm like, oh yeah, these are so nice. I really think the mattes blend so nicely, and there's a few different shimmer formulas in here. The one I'm wearing today is just kind of like a metallic, I guess I would say, but not super foiled. It really looks beautiful and not like textured on my lid from the formula itself, but there are some more like sparkly ones in here too. So very, very beautiful palette. And I do have an affiliate code with Sigma. I went on the Creators and Friends trip, which Sigma was the main sponsor for, and I did get that palette there. So I've had it for a while and got like that early sneak peek look at it, and it's a beautiful one. It's really, really pretty. Okay, more eyeshadow palettes. We're getting into some indie stuff here. From Glam Shop, there's this really cool toned one, and it's called the Grunge palette, I want to say. And I do like, I mean, these swatches look a little faint, I'm not gonna lie, but I like the tones in here, but it's all matte. Like, there's one shimmer and the rest are matte, so you know, that ratio doesn't work out for me personally, okay? Like, that's not the ratio I want, but just something I thought, like, the color story did catch my eye a little bit. If you're looking for a cool tone palette from an indie brand, this one in collaboration with Amy Loves Makeup is so pretty. I did end up buying this, and congratulations to Amy for her collab with Adept, but she came out with an eyeshadow palette and a blush palette, and this has lots of cool tones in it, a few mattes in there, but lots of shimmer, and Adept does really shimmery, really impactful shimmers, so I'm sure those are beautiful. I just got this in today too. Like, I'm telling you, it was a big meal day for me today. But then the blush palette that's in here has a hot pink, which I think is so pretty. I've like suckered into the hot pinks, I'm telling you. But there's also like a red color, and then there's also two shimmery kind of highlighting blush topper type of shades. So that is really pretty. I did end up buying that. Very excited for it. And again, excited for Amy for her collab. Some other indie palettes that caught my eye, but you know, the size of them is just, it's too big basically. From Ensley Rain, this is the Cosmic Dreamer palette, I want to say is what it is, but there are some really pretty colors. There's a lot in here though. There's pinks, there's oranges, greens, golds, blues. It's like basically a rainbow palette, but only the rainbow colors I really like. So I'm drawn to it, but it's just so big. It's just so much. I just think it's a little too over the top for me. And I feel like the same thing with the Bella Beauté bar palette that came out. This is the Secret Garden palette. You know I love a Secret Garden theme. You know I love these types of Secret Garden colors together. And I would say this is a more springtime Secret Garden, because I think Secret Garden can also go super, almost vampy. You know, it could go really dark, maybe more of like a fall vibe to it, like having burgundies and these sagey greens, but this one goes a little bit more bright, and there's like corally pinky colors and more minty greens and lime greens in here. So I think it's beautiful. I love the color inspiration. I love the theming. I love these colors together, but I'm also just like, this is so many shades. Like, this is so much. I just don't know if I would actually want to have all those, you know what I mean? So just kind of this difference in me of like this big eyeshadow palette, as much as I like it, knowing one, it's a lot of color, but also it's just quite large for me. And I thought I would mention here from Alter Ego, they came out with a dupe of the Yucca palette from Natasha Denona, and they tend to do dupes really well. I will do some swatches here for you guys, and I am an affiliate with Alter Ego, so I tend to be someone who goes for the original personally, but everyone has a different budget, and you might not want to spend like $70 on an eyeshadow palette for that color story, and I feel like Alter Ego always comes through with really great quality dupes. So I believe that's their latest one. I think they came out with another one too. yeah, they did another Natasha Denona dupe. This one was the Dream Gaze, and that one was off of the pastel palette. So they do a lot of Natasha Denona, but they've done some ABH and a couple other ones, and again, tend to be really affordable if you haven't checked them out before. Okay, from Natasha Denona, we have a new powder foundation, and I don't know, you guys, I just told you how I'm like, powder, I don't know about it. And the thing is, I'm oily, and powder foundations are supposed to be really for oily skin, I feel like, overall. But I don't know. I need to test this one. I haven't tested it yet, so that's on my list to test. I do have a code with Natasha Denona as well on their website. If you're ever shopping, it saves you 15% off on new releases, all that. So potentially something to keep in mind if you're ever shopping, but I don't know about this one. It's expensive too. It's $55. It was so much money. I'm gonna try it. We'll see. Maybe it'll convert me because I have been enjoying just like a really easy face overall. I feel like I look pretty glam today, but I would say every day I'm going as like minimal on my skin as I can. I just want to feel glowy and put together. You know, when I catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror, I want to be like, oh, you look so cute, dang, instead of like, oh, you know, instead of the jump scare. Okay, from Glow Recipe, this is the Watermelon Glow Dew Balm, and it's SPF 45. It's like a clear stick sunscreen, but it's supposed to be in like the Watermelon Glow Dew range. Would you guys know I love the Watermelon Glow Dew Drops? I love them. This seems interesting. I'm nervous it's gonna be sticky and greasy, to be honest, and I don't know. I feel like anytime I bring up sunscreen, I get corrected. So I'm not a sunscreen expert. I just do my best to just like protect my skin. That's all I gotta say. I've heard maybe sticks aren't good. I don't know. Are sticks good or bad? I don't even know. So I don't know how to feel about it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at here. I always love a Glow Recipe release, but I don't know if this one's gonna be right for me. I'm like skeptical. I kind of want to try it to see what it's actually like, but I don't know. I just get nervous about a sunscreen stick because unless it's supposed to be matte, and considering it's part of the Dew line, you know, I'm nervous it's gonna be too oily. But the Dew Drops work so well for me, even though I am oily. So I don't know, maybe it'll be a good one. Speaking of stick products, do you like that segue? There are some stick blushes that are coming out, and I don't know why I'm drawn to this form right now. I'm drawn to the stick blush form. These are cream to powder. There's some Kylie Cosmetics ones, and I just think the colors look pretty, to be honest. Like, this photo does look pretty and makes me want to try them, but then also Pat McGrath is coming out with some new shades of the cream blush sticks that she has, and those will probably be the ones that I try, although these look a lot dewier. Like, these are balms, you know, color balms in stick form, whereas the other one's cream to powder in the stick. Might actually be a better formula for me right now. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna pick any of those up, but I will say I just noticed as I was like looking through stuff that I just was drawn to that form. Okay, I'm popping back in. I wanted to mention a new collection coming out from Fantasy Cosmetica. This is the Cradled in Ice collection. I did get it in PR, so I wanted to give you swatches and all of that. So there is a palette, there's some brushes. It's kind of a full collection. I chose not to have necessarily all of it sent to me, but I did get the palette, which is really pretty. It is blue, but you can see this kind of iciness as well as almost some fire though. There's a little bit of warmth coming through, and there's some like duochrome shadows. So I thought that palette was really pretty if you're into those. And then there's also some holochrome single shadows, which I'm excited to just try out. You guys saw me go through all my single shadows, so I am excited to have a really clean slate for those to go into my palette. I'm especially excited for the like iridescent duochrome kind of shadows because I do like those in the past palettes I've had from Fantasy Cosmetica, so I definitely wanted to mention them and show you guys some swatches. Okay, last couple of things. I know the fragrance break is over, but these new fragrances from Aura Bella, this is Bella Hadid's brand. I am excited for them, and I did order them as well, so I will be doing a review on them on the fragrance channel at some point. There's 3 different scents though. There's Blooming Fire, Window to Soul, and Salted Muse. Salted Muse I was most excited for because it has some fig in there, some lavender, sandalwood, an olive tree accord, a little sea salt. I don't know, it seemed the most interesting, at least to me, but we'll see how it is. It's very similar in some ways to the Charlotte Tilbury, where it's supposed to be like mood boosting and all that, but these are like oils, so they're biphase. You have to shake them up, and then you can spray it after that. Like, you want to make sure you shake it or it's gonna be separated, so it's kind of interesting. So no alcohol at all for that launch, and I'm excited to try it out. Some blush blushes from IT Cosmetics. These are some cream blushes. These are potted, and I'm interested in them. I like those kind of terracotta colors, though I will say, I think they might be sending these to me, so if they are, if I can include some swatches, I will. I think there might have been a potential, though, for me to buy them otherwise. Like, I don't know, the terracotta colors, those are the ones that I feel the most at home in. Like, when I wear the bright pink blush, I feel girly and I feel, ooh, okay, I'm doing something different, but my go-to blush is definitely something with that like warmth to it, a little bit ruddy, I guess. I think that just looks really nice on me, and it's just like an easy everyday kind of blush, goes with a lot of looks. And last but not least, these new fruit lighters from Clionadh are very exciting, and honestly they go with my thing of being like iridescent highlighters. I did get a few of these from the creators and friends, so hopefully I can insert some clips of swatches and stuff, but these are going to be coming out in May sometime, so they're not out yet. They're still kind of sneak peeking them, but they will be coming out in May. And if you're into a very intense sparkly iridescent highlighter, might be something to look out for. Oh my gosh, that was so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. Definitely some launches that I'm kind of like rolling my eyes at, but there's some good ones in there, and I talked about a lot. So if there's anything that either you want me to try or that you've tried and you think is really great or to stay away from, let me know your thoughts down below. But it was good to get like clued back in. It was great catching up with the makeup and just kind of seeing what's out there, and there are a few things I'm excited about. So anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Bye.